y'all, welcome back to another video. Today is my fall clean, decorate, and bake video. This is the official first day of fall when you're seeing this, so happy fall, y'all. Today's video is just going to be some tidying up. I'm just showing you around the house. It's not too bad, but I definitely just need to do some tidying up before I do my decorating. I'll just be decorating the main areas of the house and also my front porch, which turned out so pretty. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a really delicious dessert recipe. So I am going to start in the kitchen, unloading the dishwasher and reloading it, and then just doing some wiping down of the surfaces before we put any decor up. This area of the kitchen over here is where Marion keeps his Keurig, and there was just coffee, it seemed like, all over the counter. I don't really clean this area that often. I need to do it more often, but I don't use it, so I don't really think about it. But this day it was kind of gross. I just wiped everything down, and Marion said he does clean it. I just cleaned it really good this day. So now we're moving into the dining room, and I was just gonna kind of clean everything up off the hutch, take everything out of it. This is a cute little hutch I got off of, I think, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, one or the other. And I really wanted a hutch for so long, and I wanted it mainly so I could decorate it for the seasons, but every time it's time to decorate it, I get a little bit like stressed out. I don't know why, but I've never quite found the way that I like it. We are going to be doing a little mini dining room makeover soon, and I'll be making a little change to this hutch. So when I do that, I think it might be a little bit easier, but it is kind of small. These are really narrow shelves, And then when I shut the glass doors, you know, it's even smaller, but I do love having the glass doors, so I don't want to take them off or anything. But I just wanted to wipe it all down and kind of give me a fresh start, and you'll see how I decorated it for fall, and it's cute, but I don't know, I'm always kind of tweaking it and trying to figure out what looks best. I'd love to find kind of like some everyday dishes or like white dishes to keep in there all the time, and then just like add in the different holiday decor, but just kind of keep like the main pieces the same. I don't know, it's a work in progress. And now I'm just going to fluff up the pillows and kind of take everything off the couch and just kind of, you know, get all the fuzz and all that off of it so that I can come in and put some blankets and some fall pillows and dress it up. And I am like a traditional fall color person. I definitely prefer like the oranges and yellows. And personally, I love green with fall decor. I was going to just do orange, green, and white this year, but I couldn't help it. I added a lot of yellow too. It just says fall to me, orange and yellow. So you'll see a lot of that in my decor today. I tend to stay away from like the browns and the coppery colors, and I don't know, personally, it doesn't really bring me joy. So I like the bright colors. I just do. So basically, I didn't do a whole lot of decorating inside. I didn't want it to just feel like too overwhelming, and these shelves are already like full of stuff, so I kind of kept everything like it was, and then just added a few little, you know, pumpkins and things like that. So now I'm just going to do a little cleaning up in my bedroom. I did not decorate my bedroom for fall, but I figured I'd go ahead and put this in the video because it's part of my day and something I needed to get cleaned. So I brought everything up from the basement, and I was trying to kind of like separate it out. I did have a pile to give away. I didn't use everything. Every year I try to go through and get rid of what I don't use anymore. I did pick up some new pieces this year too, so when I bring stuff in, I always like to also give some away. So and from year to year I kind of forget what I have, so just, you know, always good to get it all out, lay it out, and then I kind of separated it by what was going to go on the porch, what was going to go in the kitchen, what was going to go in the living room, just so that I wasn't so completely overwhelmed by all of it. So I'm just going to add a few little pieces in here on my shelves. I like that this is white and kind of has like a white, I don't know, background, and it makes it easy to add like those pops of color for the holidays, but I wanted to basically keep my same decor because it's just too hard to like change out absolutely everything, and then when Christmas comes, you know, you got to put all this up and then put all your Christmas out. So I really didn't want to add too much, but I wanted a few pumpkins. It just makes me happy. And when I bought these shelves, this was my thoughts, was for the holidays I'd be able to put some things out on them, and then, you know, kind of contain the decor to this area, and then also some pillows and blankets. And this is my blue jug that I had on my table, and I moved it over here. I just have a few pops of that teal in the house, and if you've been around, it just makes me happy. It's my favorite color, and I love the way that that looked with the orange and white pumpkins. You'll see a little further in the video that I did add something to the top of this, but right now that is what it looked like. So I got these pillowcases from Amazon, and they are linked to my Amazon shop. Also, these green and white pillowcases are anything I picked up on Amazon is linked in my Amazon shop, which is in my description box. So I had these same pillowcases before in like a gray color. They had little balls all around the edges of them, and when I washed them they got destroyed. But I did love the velvety soft sort of ribbed fabric, so I bought some more of these, but they're not exactly the orange that I wanted. I don't have the best luck with Amazon pillowcases, but you can see they're a little different than like the orange blankets I have, but they'll work, and they're soft, and I think they're pretty good quality. And the pillows and blankets on the couch are always a work in progress. They've been changed around so many times even since I made this video, so you'll probably see in the video that they're changed around too. I was just trying to figure out what would look best. I thought the gray and white plaid with the orange pillows would be really pretty, and then I really wanted to bring in some green, so I have a couple green blankets and I was just trying them out, and so you'll see. So it's time to work on the hutch, and like I was saying before, I'm not totally happy with this. It's always kind of something that I tweak and try to change around. I don't know why, but this sort of area, I think it's just because it's so small, it's so narrow. I can only put certain things. Like that pumpkin would only fit over in that corner. It wouldn't fit when I moved it out to the center more. The doors wouldn't shut, so I just did what I could, and I always, like I said, love the green, and I know that's not really like fall, but for some reason the green with the orange is just so pretty to me. And these white jugs at the top, I sort of switched them around. I had got another one from Goodwill. I'm always looking, sorry about that, got my phone dinging. I'm always looking for new little white jugs. It's something I've sort of recently started to collect. And then I put that pretty yellow stuff at the top, and it kind of blocked the sign, so I wanted to switch it with this pumpkin sign right here, but I didn't want to put holes in the wall if I wasn't sure, so I just set it right there on the hutch, and I think it's cute. I may switch it out with the black sign on top, but like I said, it's a work in progress. So my throws, I got this orange blanket at Goodwill. I always am looking for them. They're inexpensive, and I just pick them up throughout the year. So I got that one from Goodwill, but a couple of the others I got at like TJ Maxx in years past. I got this pillowcase also off of Amazon, so it's linked down below too. And the pillow I used inside is also a fall pillow. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, but this one won, so I think it's adorable. Alright, moving into the kitchen now. You know, these shelves are always a struggle for me as well. I kind of wanted to just keep it simple, so I didn't add too much. I just used my bread box, but I can't put the lid on it when it's on these shelves, so I had to take it off. I just use that for kitchen towels. I store my bread in the refrigerator. I also moved my little air fryer over to this counter, but I ended up moving it back because I just used it so much, and I put my fruit bowl on the other counter. But I was just trying to make a little more space on the countertops. And then I just added a few little like vignettes, I don't know if that's what you call them, over around the kitchen. I love decorating my kitchen for the holidays. It's my favorite place in my house to decorate. So Just added a few pumpkins here and there and some bright orange, and it just really dresses up because everything in my kitchen is so white. They really pop, the colors, and it just makes me happy. This was a white picture that I took out of my dining room, and I used it last year with these flowers, and I just loved it. It was my favorite part of my fall decor, so I used it on my table last year. This day I wanted to put it in my kitchen. There was like some feathers or something, and I don't like feathers. I'm not a feather person, so I just ripped those off. And then I used my little stool that I recently repainted and made it like a chippy look, and I love it. It's so cute. I just envisioned a little pumpkin sitting on it, so how cute is that? And then I just picked up a new fall candle this year, so put that there. And then this little area next to my stove, I like to have everything kind of like contained in this box so it doesn't feel so cluttered. I don't like my countertops to be cluttered, but when it's in this little contained box, it doesn't feel so bad. So I actually like it like this. And then I picked up a few new towels from TJ Maxx. I think TJ Maxx, maybe Ross, I'm not sure. The little grateful, thankful towels, and then added couple of the older ones. I love to add hand towels, and I have passed that love on to my girls now that they have their own places. They're like, Mom, we finally understand why you're always buying cute little seasonal hand towels. They love them too. So now the last thing that I wanted to do inside is to vacuum, do the floors really good, and then I'll let you see what everything looks like when it's finished, and then we will head outside. So this is what everything looks like finished on the inside. I'm going to show you a couple little things in just a second that I added the next day. As you can see, it is dark outside. This kind of took me the majority of the day, so it kind of went into 2 days, but that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't all get done in one day. I had planned to do it in one day and it just didn't happen. But I wanted to enjoy the process too. I didn't want it to be like a chore or something that I was dreading, so I just took my time and I did really enjoy it. So I hope that you like it. I hope it gives you some motivation to get your house ready for fall, all dressed up for fall. I think everything turned out beautiful, but like I said, I'll be tweaking things as I go along. So this is the next day, and I had forgotten that I got this glass pumpkin from some of my grandma's things when we went through some of her old pieces, dishes and things, and I had taken this because I wanted to use it for fall, so I remembered. So I went out and got some Reese's Pieces and just put some of those in there, and I set this on my counter in my kitchen. I just think these are so cute, and I love that it was my grandma's. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and I picked up this Greenery Swag thinking that it would fit all the way across. I don't know what I was thinking, but it only fits about halfway. I think it's really pretty though. It's a eucalyptus. I actually picked it up in the wedding section. The fall I don't know, these, whatever these are called, swags were just super duper expensive. This one was on sale for $10, so I grabbed it. Had some white pumpkins, and I thought that would be really pretty across the top. I may eventually get like a second one to make it go all the way across after the holidays when it's just like my everyday decor, but I thought it was really pretty up here. It needed something, and I think this was what it needed. Okay, now we are headed out to the porch. It was really sunny this day, kind of hard to see, but at the end when I finished it, I took you out whenever everything, the lighting was different, the sun had set, so it's a lot easier to see. But I'm just showing you my porch is pretty basic right now. I wanted to add a lot of color, and you'll see in a minute how I did that. I keep the green and white kind of as the all year decor, and then this was my actually my first fall to have the whole finished screened in porch. So I was really excited to see what it would look like. I picked up this cute watering can from Goodwill for like $2.99, just added some fake flowers into that. I use fake flowers on my porch where it's covered, and I generally use real flowers outside, but you'll see what I did outside. So I'm just going to change up the pillows. I had bought these pillowcases last year on Amazon, and I love the way that they look, but the material just attracts animal hair, and you know my cats and dogs love to lay on my couch, and I just couldn't deal with that, like the constant getting the hair off of them, and it just like grabs the hair and doesn't let go. So I knew they weren't going to work inside, but I thought, why don't I just put them outside and just put these old pillows that are outdoor pillows inside of them, and since it's covered, they really don't get wet or anything like that. So they are perfect for my bench outside. I love the orange, I love the plaid, and they just turned out so beautiful. This is another throw I picked up at Goodwill. This one was $5.99. I got that this year, and I just thought it was so beautiful. It's thick and cozy and perfect for when I'm sitting out on my porch in the chilly fall air. And then I picked up this beautiful like golden pillow also to match it, and I love it. So I made this sign back in the spring, and I love it, but it's the green and white, and so I wanted to just change it up, and I found I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. This one, it was like 75% off, and I thought this would be great like on through the holidays. It will match the Christmas and fall decor better. So I just added that there with a few nails, and then I had a bunch of flowers, and I bought I bought the new sunflowers, but the rest of these I already had, and I thought that these would be beautiful in my flower boxes. If you saw my spring porch makeover, my husband made me these beautiful flower boxes, and then I just added real dirt inside of them, and it helps to like hold the flowers and also weights them down. And so I just wanted to take out the white flowers that I had put in it, but keep the greenery, because like I said, I love the look of the green with the fall flowers. And so I just wanted to add some yellow and orange, and I think that they are beautiful. My porch makes me so happy now. It's just so bright and colorful. To me, fall doesn't just have to be like browns and golds and stuff. I just love the color. So I know everyone has their own idea of what is beautiful for fall decor, and this to me is beautiful. It makes me happy when I sit out on my porch. I love to sit out here and relax and read and just watch the weather, and having these beautiful flower boxes has been such a great addition to my porch and so much fun to decorate for different holidays. I'm just going to switch out my mat. I got this one from TJ Maxx, I believe, and then the one I'm putting out I got from Hobby Lobby last year. It isn't my favorite, only because it's kind of like dark. I don't know. To me it just seems a little dark, but it is cute. I love the truck, the black truck, so it's perfect for fall time. And then I just added a couple baskets with some faux mums in them. I love the mums that look so realistic. These came from Hobby Lobby and they really do look realistic and they don't die, and I can reuse them year after year. So this is my outdoor pot that I plant real flowers, and you can see there's some red ones that are still alive. Everything else I cleaned out, and I added these faux mums that I use every year, and I love that I can reuse them. And then I added a flag that I just picked up from Amazon. I looked at the hundreds of flags they had there, and this is the one that I chose. I wanted something that would kind of like pop from the street. You could see what it was. I didn't want it to be too detailed, but I just love these little garden flags. I love to get a new one every year. So that is what the outside looks like. Definitely isn't too much, but with all the green, I just think it's so pretty. And this is what everything looks like finished. I think that this year my porch is my favorite part of my fall decor, and I do like to spend a lot of time out here, and now that the weather's turning cooler, it's perfect. I can spend more time out here. The animals love it, and just putting a few little decorations, it just makes the space feel more welcoming, and just more like, you know, like me, more cozy. I love it. I love spending my days out here, and as it gets even cooler, it's going to be even more enjoyable. Alright, now that the decorating is finished, I'm going to share a recipe with you here at the end. This is a recipe I found on Pinterest. It's for cheesecake cookies, and I am not a cheesecake person. I do not like cheesecake, but I do like cream cheese in small amounts, or like cream cheese icing. So I had been wanting to make this for about a year since I found it, and I'm trying to stay away from so much sugar, so I knew when I made it I was going to have to give most of these away because I can't have them sitting in my house or I will eat them. But I knew that they were going to be so good, and they were. So it's a little bit detailed. There's kind of several steps you have to follow, but trust me, if you like cheesecake, you will love these. You will love these. So I added like my sugars and butter and, you know, vanilla, the wet ingredients, and then I added the dry ingredients and then mixed them together, very basic. Then I had to chill the dough for an hour, and then it firms up a lot, and then you can move on to the next step easier. So what made these so good was you added like a cup of graham cracker crumbs. So I just crushed my own, and then after you add them to the mixture, then you're going to roll them also in graham cracker crumbs. So it makes the cookie like a crust of almost like a graham cracker crust, but it's like just the perfect chewiness. Oh my goodness, so delicious. So I'm just adding the dry ingredients together here, mixing them. Then I'm going to add them into the wet. Then I'm going to chill the dough for an hour, and then we'll be ready to roll them out. So this recipe is going to be linked down in the description box so you can get the exact measurements if you're interested in making it. So I just took this little cookie scoop and rolled them. It was like a tablespoon and a half, so they're pretty big, and rolled them in the crumbs and then baked them. And when they came out of the oven, when they were warm, when they first came out, I just flattened them with my hand just a little bit because I knew I was going to need like a surface to add the topping. But it was super easy. They were so good. I baked them just like it said, and they were the perfect chewy cookie consistency. now I'm just going to quickly make the icing. It's not intimidating. You just add some sugar and some cream cheese that have sat out at room temperature. And then you're going to add some powdered sugar, and I added vanilla and just a squirt of lemon juice. It called for lemon zest, but I didn't have a lemon, so I just put in some lemon juice. Just kind of gives it like a freshness. And making icing like this really should not be intimidating. It's so easy, and homemade icing is just so much better than store-bought icing. So once I mixed my icing, I just got an icing bag and a tip. Of course, you could just use a baggie for this. You don't have to have anything fancy, and you actually could just spread it on. I ended up spreading it on some of the cookies because I iced them the next day to take to some family. So, and the icing was too hard to do this to, so I just spread them on. But of course, if you want to make them fancy, you can do it like this, and the presentation is beautiful, and they are so good. So for these, I used strawberry jelly, but when I made some the next day, I used like a triple berry with blackberry and raspberry. It was heavenly. So you could of course use blueberry, you could use chocolate ganache or caramel, you could use whatever you wanted on the inside. But whatever you use, I'm sure it will be so delicious. Make sure that you try these. If you like cheesecake, you will love them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video gave you the motivation you need to get your space all dressed up for fall. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.